Today I'm replacing the clutch slave cylinder on my 2004 Mini Cooper S. Whenever you replace the slave or the master, you really should replace both of them at the same time. But I'm only doing the slave. I don't have the master. So to see the slave, you need to remove this panel. It's held on by Phillips head there and there. A couple bolts that go in there. They're 10mm. Then you can see the slave right on the front of the transmission. I looked under my car about 2 months ago and I noticed that my slave was leaking. See how it's all wet? Now that C-clamp and the zip ties, I'll explain that right now. Tried to remove the slave cylinder when I had the engine out because I wanted to replace it then, but I broke the upper bolt. You need to remove both bolts completely, otherwise you have to break the slave cylinder to remove it. So I'm going to have to break that one, remove that bolt somehow, or cut the shaft of the bolt. That's been holding up perfectly fine. So, in order for me to do that, I got to take the front end off this car. I had some Loctite on here and I had zip ties holding it. 10mm bolt. So normally this would just slide right out of here right now if I didn't have that broken bolt right there. There's a clip that holds the line in. You just gotta pull this hose out. It's really stuck in there. See what I mean? Alright, and make sure you have a basin to drain this fluid into. I'm just going to let this sit here while I work on this. So I cut that bolt off with a Dremel, not hard. When you bleed this slave cylinder on this particular car, you need to compress this completely and then bleed it, and then you can let this out. Since these are so close together, the fluid just comes right in here, goes right out there, doesn't even go into here. Totally ridiculous design. So you get a metal plate and some bolts to hold it in a compressed state. This is actually a floor tie down out of an Audi A6, but the spacing of the bolts is where I need them to be, and it will work. So that's what you want. Now attach it to the line, bleed it like you would normally bleed a clutch, let this out, and it will suck more fluid in. So the way I bleed this is I crack open the bleed screw, press the clutch pedal down. I use this wood clamp to hold the pedal down. This has like a reversing feature. And I just put it up against this, and that will hold the pedal down. Then I go and close the bleed screw. I take this off, I lift the pedal up, and then I do that a few times, 3 or 4 times for good measure. Then after I think it's ready, I take that bracket off the slave cylinder, I let it expand, and I crack the bleed screw again so that I can compress it a little bit so that I can insert it into that slot on the transmission. And even then it might not be bled enough, so just bleed it more. And another thing that can be done is to clamp the pedal down overnight. Yep, so I just kept it compressed all day long with the wood clamp, and that did the trick. Got pressure all the way down, all the way back up. While you're doing all this bleeding, you need to keep an eye on your brake fluid reservoir and make sure it doesn't get too low. And if you want to replace the master, it is actually inside the car, above the clutch pedal. It's right there. You can see the line going into it. Some wires attached to it. I don't know what's up there. There's 2 bolts on the top of it holding it in, and there's a part where it connects to the clutch pedal. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of figuring out if you want to get that out of there. Shouldn't be that hard. Obviously, with the clutch fluid line running right into the car, you're gonna want to have a cup or something under here. A lot of towels, just in case that spills. You know, use common sense. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next time. I'll have links in the description to probably not the slave cylinder that I used, because it was like the wrong one. But I'll have a link there for something, so go check it out. Thanks. So I wasn't able to get the slave cylinder to compress enough to fit in there, and this just got a little more complicated. These scum came out with a new design or whatever, gave me one with a longer shaft, which is ridiculous. So I took these shafts out, and I'm just going to swap them, but I need to swap the seal off of the new shaft onto the old shaft. So that's what goes. It's just a rubber O-ring that you're relying on, and of course they last long enough, but still. Other than that, the bodies are exactly the same. All you do to remove this is just stick a flathead in these square openings and pry this ring out, and then this will pop out. It's spring loaded, so make sure you hold it in, and there's going to be fluid in there. Okay, so apparently there's a little cap that goes on the end here. Take that off, and then your O-ring safely slides off. And there we are, ready to put this into the new body. Gotta crack the bleeder, because the new seal is good. So it's gonna hold a lot of pressure, and that includes air pressure. Clip that little hat on there.